across the state. And obviously you've seen some school decline in enrollments to the area. I don't say this, I say that because I think when you take a look at making your future, you really need to look at some of the facts and look at some of the situations so you can address those head on, hopefully jointly in the future. And you are seeing some really good signs taking place in the area. You see 7 or 8 new houses getting built here in Ord in the last few years. A new neighborhoods project that just got kicked off here is phenomenal news and phenomenally beneficial for this area. And I'll also toss out one other thing for any of you that follow national reviews of cities and counties and areas. You go to a search engine and say, I want to go to a place that has a low crime rate, place to live, high education. The one area that you really should look at is the water. It's a surprising issue, but the water quality in this area ranks very low compared to what it is nationally. I have no idea why that is, but that would be definitely something to take a look at, because you will get excluded from site searches because of your water quality issue, just as an aside. South Sioux City itself is a Nebraska showcase community. It's an all-America city. The governor of Nebraska last year declared South Sioux City the economic capital of the state of Nebraska. It was a winner 2 times of the Civic.com Technology Award. It's won the Public Technology Institute's Award for small cities innovation. That is quite a surprise when you think about the history of our town. I'm not going to get into it a lot, but anybody that knows our city, we flooded a lot. Anybody that had any money would never move to my city. We were basically the slum of the Siouxland area. People with money would build up in the hills in Sioux City, and we were definitely the downtrodden city of the Sioux City area up until the 1950s when the dams got built. And when the dams got built, that took us out of the floodplain, and that then formed the time frame for the reemergence of our city in a positive fashion. From 1970 to 69 to 1980, I worked for a regional planning agency, and I worked for cities, counties, school districts, community colleges, and worked together with those entities to see how we could work together. So I had a really nice background for 10 years. And when I came to the city in 1980, the city, the county, and the school district didn't talk. Taxes were the county's problems, or the school's problems, or the city's problems. There was lots of finger pointing, and people were not working together at all. So what we said we would do is let's take and identify the key issues in our areas, and we will meet face to face in a room, in a public fashion, in a public forum, to look at those issues and see what we can do jointly to address and make changes within our area. So actually in 1979, everybody sat in a room, faced each other, and said, what are our issues? What things can we do to make our areas better? And out of that meeting, we did very, very simple things to do. We bought gravel from the city off the county school contract. We bought paper off the school's paper contract. They bought much more paper than we did. We did the payroll for the county for a period of time. But we did small things to slowly establish trust between the boards so that they knew that we could do a better job in working together. Our city wanted to not have us be addicted to property taxes. And so they directed myself to get us out and reduce the property taxes in our area. And so we did that. We established natural gas aggregation. We buy natural gas for our community. We do building rents that go back into the city of South Sioux City. We're paying off our debt to the city with the sales tax dollars. But we do a lot in terms of intergovernmental relations, where we work together with the county and the school district and other governing bodies to make our area a better place. We also established later a joint resolution that said, when South Sioux City makes a decision, we will consider the needs of the other public bodies in our area. And so when we make a decision to work on a park or work on a street, we will involve the county and the school district in those type of decisions. As a result of that, just to give you some examples of some of the things that happened over a course of time. Went from very easy to very hard type of projects. We have our own fiber optic system. We have about 256 miles of fiber optics within our city. They're jointly owned by the city and the school district. Our school is paperless. Our city council is paperless. When our kids run in track, they run across this mat. And when they end the race, it automatically prints out their name and their time as they cross the mat in a school race within our community. We have a joint water supply. We have a joint sewer supply within our area. The city and the county, excuse me, the city and the school district went together with our YMCA. We built a $9.25 million YMCA building. Instead of each of us having a separate building, we built one jointly between those areas with funds from all three of those groups. When our football field needed to get dirt to put into it as the school was building a new field, they needed dirt brought in, so they used the school truck, or the city trucks, to bring in the dirt for the school system. Every year we paint stripe the schools, a parking lot, to save them money. The school buses park inside the city fence, inside the city building, and use city gas in those facilities. We have a joint camera system. We have over 300 cameras, probably the most camera population in the country, where we can pan, tilt, and zoom cameras from any police car in our fleet. We took to the public a sales tax issue in which the school wanted to get a new school and the city wanted to get sales tax for capital improvements. We took them together to the public to vote. And some people thought we were crazy to do that. Why would you bring two tax increases together at the same time? Well, part of ours was to have a tax reduction as part of our sales tax. So that offset the increase the school needed for their new school buildings. So we worked together and had a campaign that worked and benefited the community as a whole. 3 times the county board of supervisors went to our public to have them vote on using property taxes to back a jail expansion for the county. Each time it went to the public voted it down worse and worse and worse. The city came back and said, we can probably help you do that. We'll use our city sales tax dollars to build your jail. But in turn, we want you to look at paving some roads in our industrial tract and to participate in our library so county residents can use the library of the city. That passed by about 80% to 20% in the city, and it passed by 80 to 20% in the county. The public liked the idea of people working together and making our communities use the talents of our employees, use the equipment that we have, and use the scarce property tax dollars in a better fashion. I look at the hospital space up in the hill up here and think what a great opportunity that is for working together to have that facility be occupied and move forward, because it looks like a real fine facility itself. Part of the efforts, and if you remember, our city was a poor city, people didn't like our city, it was a dumpy city. We really worked hard in terms of public attitude and public promotions within our city. We wanted to create a positive atmosphere within our area. We used to take out 25,000 placemats every month and put them in our restaurants. And I know it doesn't happen in all of your cities here, but we used to find that in our restaurants, people used to complain about what the city did, or the school district did, or what the county did. While it may not happen here, we thought that was our best attacking point to get real information out to the public. So we put out these placemats every month and talked about the library, how old it was, how many books they had, what the staff was, what the circulation was, how many kids take classes. Next month will be on police department, what's the police record, how many police cars are there. But give the public real information and then the ability to ask questions of us. They can write right on there, we want to know why this police car did this, or whatever happened. And it also provided them an opportunity to sit on that board. So if they want to sit on that board, they can say, I want to serve on the library board or the city council or whatever group that they wanted to do, but get that public input to help us create a better community and get more public input. We use cable TV a lot for a lot of our advertising programs. We're one of the few cities that does public TV advertisements and radio advertisements. Why do we do public television advertisements? Who's our audience? Anybody want to guess who our audience is? Is it our neighboring city? Not at all. It's our own citizens. We want our citizens to feel good. We want them to feel positive. We want them to know what's happening in our community. And too often we do not do that in many communities across the state. We send out tons of press releases of what's taking place within our community. We do community-wide leadership programs. There's a Leadership Siouxland, which is a 3-state program. Leadership Dakota County, where we get people from all of our cities together. And we have a minority leadership program. We support all those things, get more people more active within our community. Environmental programs, we do a lot with the school district in terms of what things we get done. We have lots of environmental projects. One time we had the 3rd graders gather 72,000 milk jugs. 72,000 milk jugs went out to, I think, Kearney, Nebraska to make them into plastic lumber that was then sent to the prison, where the prisoners put together and put 37 picnic tables together in our town. And I can tell you all those kids who were in 3rd grade really are enthused about being part of that project. We have a joint arboretum program with the school in our community. We have a straw baled house within our community. So we do a lot in terms of the environmental programs. We also do a lot in terms of intergovernmental programs. We have Governor's Day, where we meet with the governor and his key staff as a region. The city, the school, the county, chamber get together and say, we want this road fixed, we want this water project, sewer project, whatever it is, but we go in as a team. And I can guarantee you when you talk to the governor of this state, the past governor of this state, you will find that those agencies really like the idea of people working together as a cohesive unit, city, school, county, people talking to them about issues that are concerned to us. We do the same thing with Washington, D.C. We send 40 or 50 people out from a 3-state area, use the advantage of a 3-state area to talk to 6 senators, all the congressmen from 3 states, about projects that we want to see happen within our particular community. That has just been an absolutely outstanding program, and if you talk to our senators, Republican, Democrat, Congressman, Senator, they will say that that's been absolutely outstanding in getting your points across. So I encourage people to get involved in terms of the state and the federal departments to talk about those issues that are important to you and take the time to get that done. We provide free use of the city hall for government meetings. Why do we do that? Gets more people there. Gets more people to our community. Gets more people that will use our teleconference units, just like you have in this facility, as part of the statewide system. We do require council members, all our staff, to go to national conventions, but they have to come back with a project to do. They don't come back and say, oh, this is wonderful, this is great. They have to come back and say, because we went, we're going to do X, Y, and Z. So all I want is X, Y, and Z. I don't want any of this other stuff. I want to see some action that's going to take place because of those activities. And people work together to get that done. Every January, our city, school, county meet face-to-face, have an agenda, talk about projects that we can do together. Very vital program. The day after, every Monday of every week, the city, the school, and the county send the superintendent of schools, the city administrator, the mayor, the county board member, private citizens sit together, the press comes, we don't care. Whoever comes in there, sit there, and they talk and read each other's agendas. As they read those agendas, we talk about what can we do to help you, school, get your project done? What can we do to help the county get their project done? How can they help us to get our projects done within our area? I cannot tell you how incredible that is in terms of having that openness and that working together and that desire to say, let's cross the boundaries and let's work together to see some really positive things take place in our community. Our economic development program is run by the city. different than most places. Our city runs our